round number 9 here for the Australian Grand Prix here for RFL is about to get underway in just about a few moments' time, as the lights are indeed going to be coming on shortly, as it's got to give me the absolute worst camera angle I've ever seen. As we're lights out and away we go here, as Tom Gordon looks to try and challenge Roy James as we go in towards turn 1. 29 laps of racing ahead for the drivers as we go in towards turn number 1. Looks like it has remained exactly the same. Looks like he's still the same behind as well. Tom with a little bit of slide coming off the corner as he still remains in second position. Everyone's still in the positions they indeed started in. Vip's still at the back of the field in 6th position. With Angelo just heading in inside, then Tarrier, and then Tom, who's still chasing down Lord James for the lead as we head through towards the end of the first sector split here on this first lap. As it looks like Tarrier has got a little bit of a gap to inside. It's about 7/10 of a second. That's Vips and Angelo trying to go side by side. Looks like there was a little bit of contact there, and it looks like Angelo's managed to get back past. There was some contact between the Ferrari and the Alpine, but I think they both got away without damage, as we've got the Mercedes still chasing down is Tarrier in the background as well. He's still got inside, just about hanging on to coattails. You've got Vips and Angelo behind as well, trying to go side by side. They're still side by side as they go into turn 13. Vips has the inside, but Angelo's going to have a go back round the outside. They're still going to go side by side. The Ferrari holding the outside line as we go through in towards 14 and into 15 through Stewart and Prost, as we go in towards the final couple of corners. Into the last corner 16, Vips does lose out in the back end of the car, and Angelo gets the position on him as Thomas looks like we've got a spin at the back of the field. That's Vips, who looks like he's had a spin. He's almost falling out of the slipstream range about 1 second there, but he has hung on there as we carry on in this third lap. Is now it's almost going to be side by side now. Tarrier going round the outside of, I believe, into turn 9 and turn 10, and he's going to be able to pull that one off, and he's got the ERS. Hopefully these two, as it's 1.2 seconds now, as Tom probably will not be too best amused, as now he's been dropped a little bit out of range there, as Tarrier looks to now try and push on, of course. Basically, he would end up having doing exactly the same thing, slowly but surely, incrementally pulling out a gap as you got a little bit of contact between the two. Tom gets the inside line, 1.9 seconds now the gap, and now Tarrier's going to try and have another go at him. See, Tom Gordon still holding his ground in second position. Tarrier just behind him in third still, pretty much still right on the coattails of the Mercedes in front of him as we go lap 5 on to lap number 6. As it's 2.3, so the gap has come back down, so Tom with a little bit of space, as it looks like Tarrier's made a little bit of a mistake in the background. And still just about to see Tom there, as Tom has once again gained a little bit of ground there. We have a yellow flag. That's inside, I think, who's had a moment. I think he's had that moment coming up to, I think that was about turn 6, turn 7, I believe, where he's had that moment. Even though, as I say, it looks like, is that inside going for the pit lane? Yes, it is. We'll have a look and see what he goes on to, actually. Is it going to be slicks? Because it doesn't look dry enough quite yet. DRS has not been enabled, but it's going to be on our set of enters. So he's going to have pressure being invited in from behind by Tarrier, as he was briefly with him that 1 second, but he's lost the back end of the car. He's managed to keep it going. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. That's what the yellow flag is for, as we've got a yellow ahead behind. That's Angelo, who's been off track. Has he got some damage on that Ferrari? I believe he does not. It's just a spin from Angelo, so Vips is now going to be brought into that just behind. You can also see inside as well, gaining ground on the back of that just behind, as we are now heading through. That's currently in turn 10 coming into turn 11. He's going to make the move around the outside. I don't think Vips is going to fight that too much. He's going to back out of it, and in the end inside does get the move done, and he is going to get the position. But has Vips got any kind of reply back? I'm not sure if he does. His Tarrier's in the box, probably for a new set of intermediates. I don't think we're going to see any changes in the conditions here today, so it's going to be the same all the way through. Coming through in the middle as we pit, probably comes in. Yep, it's intermediates for Tarrier as well, just a bit further ahead, and Vips is now behind, and inside now is looking at the back and trying to catch up to Angelo, as Tarrier will probably be able to come out in third position ahead of Angelo unless he comes out in traffic, which he does not. So it is a bit of clear air for Tarrier there in third, and it's now going to be on the sort of the that one all goes as such. As Bibbs with another penalty there, 9 seconds, as Lord James is indeed into the pit lane. I'm assuming we're going to see Tom in the pits as well. Yep, Tom into the pits, coming in on the same lap. Not being able to make much ground. Neither on the spit is hitting in the pit lane entry. still remaining the same, and it is intermediates for both drivers. And where's Tarrier going to be in relation? I think Tarrier's going to be slightly too far behind. But will he be able to jump Tom here as he comes around the final corner here? He's coming out of the final corner now. I think he's lost a little bit of time there with the tyres not being up to temperature, and indeed Tom, he's going to have to make it work as Tarrier's going to have the better tyre heat coming out of turn 1, but he indeed is still in 3rd position as it's 1.6 seconds, still a bit the same then the gap as it was before. Tarrier now picks up a penalty. I think he's picked that up between between 14 and 15. He's picked that penalty up. It's very easy. I think I know he's picked that up as well. He's almost picked that up on the curb, which could affect him come the end of the Grand Prix. We're on to 17. He sets the fast lap of 26.9, holding on to the position here as he goes to goes around the first sector here, running wide. Going to be a chance for Tarrier to make a move here, and he's going to be side by side. You can see him slowly starting to range alongside, and he's going to get alongside here. Side by side they go. It's going to be Tarrier with the inside. He's going to get the move done as the McLaren gets back into 2nd position once again. As we still have the battles going on for, as I say, the lead. Oh no, lead. First, as I say, well, I think it looks like Angelo's went into the pits finally for a new set of tyres. He's on new intermediates as we go on 10 to go here. Looks like, as I say, Tarrier still is about 5.8 seconds. You see Vibs is now overtaking Angelo as well, but I think Vibs with 9 seconds of penalties, as if Angelo can keep himself within the track limits, he'll be in a good position there to make that one work. As you can see, the lines really are forming now. So we're on 21 of 29 here, still remain the same pretty much throughout. Those guys are not clearing any way, shape or form. Tom going for a move down the outside. Is he going to be able to pull this one off? Round the outside he goes. He's going to be able to get it done. That is a great move there from Tom as he goes round the outside and he completes the move with the next corner to spare. So Tom going back into 2nd position, and now Tarrier will have to chase him back down again as we still carry it. Tom still with Tarrier still to breathing down a second. Tarrier picks up a 2nd penalty, so that's 6 seconds for Tarrier now. So if he wasn't out of it before, he definitely is now, but he does have enough of a gap. But Tarrier still pushing away there, trying to get the move done. He's going to try and go round the outside here as we're going in towards, I think that's coming into 11. Is he going to be able to get it done? No, he's not. Tom holds the position, but he's going to try and come back at him as we go through. It's going to be round the outside. Tom defending the position, trying not to open up the inside if possible. Tom does manage to hold on to that 2nd position. As he drops that gap below 2 seconds as Tarrier now tries to go round the outside once again of Tom, trying to go round the outside. A little bit of squeezing going on. As Tarrier probably not 100% best impressed with that one. Tries to go down the inside as we go in towards 14 and 15 here, but he's not going to be able to pull that one off. And Tom is once again still holding on to the position here as we go on to 24. As we're getting towards, say, starting to close in on the closing stages here of this Grand Prix here, as we got a yellow flag ahead. That looks like that was inside, I think, who's had a moment. As that we're going to go back to the lead. Just ahead, as it looks like Tarrier is trying to go down the inside of Tom as he goes side by side. No, Tarrier drops back into line just behind, and Tarrier still trying to make the move for the lead as he tries to go round the outside. Is he going to be squeezed out once again? No, Tom still holds the position. He's going to have the inside line for 13 as we go into 14. Still side by side in the gravel trap goes Tarrier. He's still side by side, still decent amount of momentum through 14 and into 15 they go as they head into the final corner. 16. Tarrier, as I say, still trying to get past, but he's a little bit off sliding rather, as he comes through that final corner, and he once again ends up behind him once again, sliding as he comes out of there. He shows how much the McLaren driver is pushing as he tries to get away, get a gap, and then see if he can get ahead and see if he can pull out a gap, but he's still not able to get away at the moment as Vips has inside as he doesn't have a front wing on that car. He needs to be real careful here. I don't know why. He's really sort of trying to battle too heavily with the 2 cars behind him. This is allowed Angelo to close right up here, and you can see, as I say, inside with no front wing. He's going to have to keep himself out of the way here. Inside's going to have the inside line, but he's going to be in trouble here. He's going to have to go into the box, and it looks like that's allowed Angelo through to the position here for P2 here. Obviously, as I say, no DRS still in these conditions. That's Tarrier on the wall, and I think he's got some damage there, so I think that might well be the end of Tarrier's challenge here. Lord James fairly comfortable, and indeed gets the reward of yet another race victory, something in tasting the champagne, something he has done multiple times before. But the Canadian coming across the line And it is going to be race victory for Lord James. 9.9 seconds, 10 seconds to gap in the end. Tom Gorian is going to come home in second position as the Mercedes driver. With second position, the best he could probably do today, as that is going to be second position for him. Tarrier, in the end, with that wing damage, is going to come home in third. Did give Tom quite the battle in the end, and I think he's just going to slow down because he has plenty of time to actually go across the line. It's just sort of crawling across the line. He does come home in third. Angelo, of course, having went a little bit longer, it's going to be a double points finish for Ferrari.